The time is now 5:52 on this Wednesday morning, and here's what you need to know before you go.
Minnesota Republicans are now calling for one of their own to resign. This as State Senator Justin Eichhorn of Grand Rapids faces accusations of soliciting a minor for prostitution. Bloomington police say Eichhorn showed up to what he thought was meeting a 17-year-old girl, but instead found himself meeting detectives. He was immediately arrested without incident. He is currently held at Hennepin County Adult Detention Center and is facing felony charges for soliciting someone under the age of 18 for prostitution. Those charges are currently pending. Bloomington Police Chief Booker Hodges released a statement regarding Eichhorn's arrest, saying in part, as a 40-year-old man, if you come to the Orange Jumpsuit District looking to have sex with someone's child, you can expect that we are going to lock you up, end quote. Bloomington police say this is still an active investigation.
A Rockridge High School employee is under arrest after a multi-agency child exploitation investigation. According to the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office, a 51-year-old man from Eveleth was arrested Tuesday night near Auburn Avenue for a felony warrant out of the state of Georgia. And as we've reported, this comes after the Minnesota BCA received tips involving the solicitation of a minor in the state of Georgia, and that the suspect lived in Eveleth and was employed by Rockridge High School. Before his arrest, the employee was on paid administrative leave. We have reached out to the school to see if he still is, and we have yet to hear back. The sheriff's office says there's no indication that Rockridge students are involved. And this morning, the 51-year-old man is at the St. Louis County Jail with no bail and pending extradition to Georgia, where he will face criminal charges.
Evacuations were prompted at an Iron Range explosive plant after a fire broke out yesterday. Now, this was the extensive emergency response to the Dyno Nobel facility around 10:45 Tuesday in Biwabik. The company makes blasting products used by mining companies. Based on federal guidelines, evacuation orders were given to those in a 1-mile radius around the facility. According to the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office, crews found a fire that started near an exhaust vent, and it was quickly contained and put out. Now, no one was hurt, and the evacuation order was lifted. We're working to learn the size of the damage, and the cause is still under investigation.
A Republican bill requiring Wisconsin sheriffs to aid ICE or otherwise risk their funding passed the Assembly on Tuesday. The bill would require sheriffs to verify the citizenship status of people they've detained for felony offenses. If the sheriff can't verify their status, they would have to alert the Department of Homeland Security. If sheriffs don't comply with this bill, their counties would lose 15% of state aid. The bill passed 51-43, with Democrats voting against it. The bill is now headed to the state Senate. However, Democratic Governor Tony Evers has already indicated if it makes it to his desk, he would veto the bill.
Dozens of Superior residents united to rally on Tuesday criticizing the federal funding freezes from the Trump administration. Now, the group, consisting of college students and business leaders, gathered outside the Douglas County Courthouse last night. They say cuts and funding freezes have negatively impacted the community at a local level. Organizers say businesses, Head Start programs, and mental health programs that rely on federal grants are all at risk. They are calling on their neighbors to stand with them and reach out to their elected officials to protect them in Washington.